Hello, and I'm at Milton Keynes Central on the West Coast Mainline. Today we'll be seeing services by Avanti West Coast, London Northwestern Railway. I think we'll be seeing Southern and hopefully some freight as well. Right here is the 1321 Avanti West Coast service from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. This is 39156 in the full Avanti West Coast livery. Now I'm going to be going over to the more middle platform in a second. And also now departing is the 1322 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston. 35116 is leading. And 35122 is trailing. So, let's spot some trains. Okay, just there is the 1324 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Northampton. Now departing is the 1326 Avanti West Coast service from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston in full livery. The next train to pass by is going to be an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. .006. The next train to pass by is going to be an Avanti West Coast pairing of Class 2 to 1 Super Voyagers from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. Two to 1 112 and 2 to 1 105. The next train to pass by is an Avanti West Coast Class 390 from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. That might have been 39134, and I'm actually starting to think that the last Avanti Pendolino that passed by wasn't from Liverpool, and it probably is that one, but I'm not sure. The next train to pass by is an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino from London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street. (390-107). The next train to pass by is a Freightliner Class 66 from Felixstowe North FLT to Crewbars Hall SSN. .515 with absolutely nothing on it. I've never seen that before, but I just have now. The next train to arrive is going to be the 1340 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. Being worked by a pairing of Class 350 Desiros. we are also about to have an Avanti West Coast pairing of Class 2 to 1 Super Voyagers Thunder by from Birmingham New Street to London Euston, which you can hear. And here they are. Don't know what the numbers were, and there was also an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino from London Euston to Glasgow Central. Now departing is the 1342 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to London Euston, being led by 350-254. And 350-266 trailing. The next train to arrive is going to be the 1345 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Milton Keynes Central. (350-406) is leading. And 350-369 is trailing. Now arriving is the 1349 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly, being worked by a Class 390 Pendolino. (390-039). Lady Godiva. Now arriving is the 1350 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston. (350-234). And you can also now see 390-039 departing with the 1351 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Now departing is the 1352 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston. (350-103) is trailing. Now arriving is the 1353 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. (350-264) and 350 237. We're about to have an Avanti West Coast pairing of Class 2 to 1 Super Voyagers pass by from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. Two to 1 109 and 2 to 1 111 with fantastic tones. That was great. Straight after, now departing is the 1356 London Northwestern Railway service from Milton Keynes Central to London Euston, and the 1356 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. I don't actually know where that's from, and I don't know the numbers either. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 1401 Avanti West Coast service from Edinburgh Waverley to London Euston, and that previous Avanti 390 Pendolino was, I think it was from Glasgow Central to London Euston. This is 390-009. Now departing is the 1404 Avanti West Coast service from Edinburgh Waverley to London Euston. Treaty of Union. The next train to pass by is an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. (390-010). The next train to arrive is going to be the 1412 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Lancaster. (390-050). And over here, we're about to have a GBRF Class 66 pass by from Felixstowe North GBRF to Hams Hall GBRF. 66-716. And now arriving is the 1414 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to London Euston. (3:54:04) is leading. Now departing is the 1415 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to London Euston. And also departing is the 1415 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Lancaster. (3:52:42) is trailing on this. The next train to pass by is going to be an Avanti West Coast pairing of Class 2-1 Super Voyagers from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. I think that was 2-1-108 and 2-1-113. And right there is the 1418 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Crewe. (3:51:01) is leading. And (3:52:62) is trailing. Now arriving is the 1419 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston. (3:53:72) is leading. And over here we can see the 1420 Avanti West Coast service from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston arriving in. And it looks like it's in the mask livery. And also now departing is the 1420 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Crewe. (3:91:22) Penny de Pendolino is going to be working this. And over here you can also see the 1420 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Northampton arriving. (3:54:09) is leading. And (3:52:45) is trailing. Now departing is the 1422 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston with 3:52:63 trailing. And behind me now departing is the 1422 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Northampton. And also now departing is the 1423 Avanti West Coast service from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. Now arriving is the 1424 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Northampton. 351.29 is leading. And 352.35 is trailing in British Transport Police livery. So we're about to have a GBRF class 66 pass by, and I've got no idea where this is bound for or from. Hopefully I'll be able to tell you in the next clip. 66761. And another empty freight train. And that is 390.002 from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. Now departing is the 1428 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Northampton. And that previous GBRF service was from Felixstowe North GBRF to Hams Hall GBRF. The next train to pass by is going to be an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. I think that was 390.016. I'm not sure. The next train to pass by is an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. (390.117). Okay, now arriving is the 1436 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. Being worked by a pairing of class 350 Desiros. (352.58) is leading. The next train to pass by is an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino from London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street. 39132, City of Birmingham. Now departing is the 1439 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. (35121) is trailing. The next train to pass by is going to be an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino from London Euston to Glasgow Central. (39141). Passing by is the London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton EMD to Bletchley TMD. That's 350-375, which I almost missed. The next train to pass by is going to be an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino from Glasgow Central to London Euston. Now arriving is the 1447 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Milton Keynes Central. Being worked by Perry of class 350 Desiros. 350-113 is leading. And 350-108 is trailing. And over here you can now see the 1448 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Being worked by 390-020. Now departing is the 1450 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. The next train to arrive is going to be the 1453 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. 352.44 is leading. And 352.33 is trailing. That's 66.719 from Hamshall GBRF to Felixstowe South GBRF. Which is running about 10 minutes late. Now departing is the 1456 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. And literally straight after, now arriving is the 1456 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston. I don't know where this is from. And now departing is the 1456 London Northwestern Railway service from Milton Keynes Central to London Euston. And the previous London Northwestern Railway service, I think, was from Northampton to London Euston. And over there is an Avanti West Coast Class 390. (391.37). And now departing is the 1457 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston. (352.31 is leading. And 352.59 is trailing. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 1459 Avanti West Coast service from Blackpool North to London Euston. And the previous Avanti West Coast service was from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. This is being worked by a Class 390 Pendolino. (391.55) in the full Avanti West Coast livery. Now departing is the 1501 Avanti West Coast service from Blackpool North to London Euston. And now arriving is the 15:02 Avanti West Coast service from Chester to London Euston. And 22101 is leading in the new Avanti West Coast livery. Well, actually, it's not really that new. And it will be coming with one of its classmates. Is the 15:04 Avanti West Coast service from Chester to London Euston. To 106 is trailing. The next train to pass by is going to be an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly, and it's in the full livery. (39156). Okay, now arriving is the 15:12 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Edinburgh Waverley. 22116 is leading. And 22103 is trailing. Now arriving is the 15:13 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to London Euston. (35112) is leading. Now departing is the 15:14 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to London Euston. (35114) is trailing. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 15:16 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to London Euston. Being worked by a pairing of Class 350 Desiros.
Will be the 15:20 London Northwestern Railway service to Northampton, calling at Wolverton and Northampton. This train has 8 carriages.
Please support social distancing.
35245 is leading.
Before you attempt to board your service. Thank you.
Okay, now arriving is the 15:17 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Crewe, and also the 15:17 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Northampton. So this will be the final part of the video, so if you did enjoy, please make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you wish, And join my Discord server if you want to talk to me and my fans. 350-103 is leading on this, and 350-234 is trailing, and 354-10 is leading on this. And 350-238 is trailing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.